In this lesson, we will look at HTML, specifically HTML on creating tables within your web page. But before we start that, let's just revise a little bit on the work that you've done last year. So the first one that we're going to look at is called your HTML tag. That is the tag that you need in order to start and to end an HTML web page. Without that, you don't have an HTML web page. Followed by the head. Now everything that goes within the head are all the information that you want to display. For example, your tab name is situated within your head. So that's usually followed straight after your HTML tag, your opening tag. Then you get your title tag, your open and close tag. In between, you will put the title of your web page, and that web page name will then display within the web page tab as soon as you browse it. Then, of course, after your title, you close your head tag, then followed by your body tag. Your body tag contains everything that you need in order that you want to display on your web page. For example, pictures, text, videos, all of those things. Then you get your other tags that you can use within your body tag. Here are just some of them. This is not all, but this is the most commonly used ones. The first one is your B tag, which is used for bold, to bold your text. I is for italics. U is for underline. Then you get your IMG tag that is used to insert images, and that usually goes along with the attribute SRC, which stands for source. That is where you put in your image name, and as well as don't forget to add your alt attribute as well. In case the picture doesn't load, then the alt tag will display instead of the picture. Then we get to the A tag. The A tag can be used, if you just use it like that, is used to create an anchor, otherwise known as a bookmark. But as soon as you add the href attribute to your A tag, that is when you can create a hyperlink. That is, I think that's the most common way that you will remember it, is A, href, followed by your hyperlinks path. Alright, so that is everything last year's work. Now, in grade 12, you're going to learn how to create tables. And to create tables, firstly, you have to start with a table tag, the opening tag, followed by your TR tag, table row tag. So that creates a row within your created table. Then below your TR comes your TH tag, which stands for table header. This is where you add all the column headings or headings for your table for each row. And then TD is table detail, which adds column and column item or detail. That is where you put in all your information that you want within the table. Now here's some attributes that you can use within your table tag, and actually all your other tags as well. Is your align. That is your specific text alignment that you want, or if you use it in the table tag, that is the alignment of your entire table. Left align table, center align in the middle, right align table. Then BG color describes the color for your background. That should be quite familiar because we did the same within the body tag last year. We used BG color in order to change the color of the page. Then also within your table tag, you must specify whether you want a border or no border. If you choose one, it will make a border for you, meaning lines. If you don't choose a border, your information will still be in a table format, but there won't be any lines separating it. Then you get your cell padding, which specifies the space between the cell wall and your cell content. So the cell wall meaning your border, and the cell content meaning your text or your images. And then cell spacing specifies the space between cells. Okay, now let's look at an example that I've already made for you. If you look at the top, I started with my HTML tag, followed by my head tag. Then, in between my opening head tag and closing head tag, I have my title tag, open and close, with my head name called my title, tables. Followed by my body tag with the attribute BG color. I wanted to make my background of my web page gray. Then, one additional tag also from grade 11 is called your H1 or your heading 1. That can also be used to change your font size. H1 obviously is your largest. Then I created my table, but before that I wanted my table to have a font type of Comic Sans. So I started first with my font face, then equal to Comic Sans MS, then followed by my table. There's my border attribute that I had discussed earlier, border 1. Then I wanted my whole background color of my table to be green, and the width must be 50% of the screen width, meaning it's going to take up half my screen size. And then alignment center, because I wanted my table to be in the middle of the page. Then followed by your TR, table row. I wanted my first row to have a background color of red. So that's why I use BG color, red. Then you don't close TR immediately. Within your opening TR and your close TR, you have to add your TH, which is your first heading. I chose number as my first column heading, followed by title as my second column heading, and TH as my third column heading. Then I close my TR tag there, then followed by my second row. So this is my second row. So in HTML tables you work row by row. This is my first row that I made, and this is my second row that I made, and then obviously closed it. Then I have a third row which I want to have only one column, but it must all three of those columns must be merged together. So that's why I used col span 3. Col span or column span is how wide you want that column to be. How many columns must it take up? And then you can see your typical hyperlink tag, your ahref, and I wanted to link to google.com, and then followed by the text that I want to link it to, and then I close the anchor tag there. Then I wanted my text to be center aligned, that's why hence the center tags. Close my TD at the end. Then at the end you close your table tag to signify the end of your table, and then obviously close my font tag, which is there at the start. Then you close your body tag and you close your HTML tag. Now just to give you an idea what it looks like, if I run it, so there it is, the H1 heading that I added there on top. It's nice and large, my gray background, and here's my table. My first row is my headings, my TH or table headings, which I made red. Then the rest you'll see is green. My table is green. And then there's my second row, my first TD, in other words, my table details, and there's my third row with my hyperlink. So yeah, that's the basics of making a table. So always remember, within the codes you can add images as well. I just used a hyperlink, but you can use img space src, and then you can add images into your tables as well.